top 5 best concepts. Developing a game is hard. Making a great game, even harder. You have all the ideas of what would make your title stand out from the rest, but you're not quite sure how to make them work exactly how you want. It's a common issue that plagues many games. So, we're here to count down a list of games that had some of the most imaginative and original concepts, even if the finished product left a little to be desired. Number 5. Legacy of Kain. Taking place in the fictional world of Nosgoth, Legacy of Kain puts you in the shoes of a nobleman who was just murdered by unknown assassins. You are resurrected as a vampire, and your goal becomes clear as you seek revenge on your executors with your newfound powers. This leads you to travel across the gritty gothic world that is Nosgoth, as you track down 9 nefarious sorcerers in hopes of remedying your vampirism. The series' follow-up, Soul Reaver, had you take control of Raziel, a vampire and lieutenant of Kain who was killed by the hands of your former commander. Raziel is also resurrected, but this time as a wraith. With Kain's sword, the Soul Reaver, in hand, you jump between the natural and spectral realms, slaying humans, vampires, and everything in between, as you devour their souls and seek vengeance on your master. The world within the Legacy of Kain titles is wholly fascinating. Enormous barbaric castles loom in the eerie distance, and the stories of revenge in a clan of vampires and gods adds to its already deep, rich lore. Nosgoth is a rare universe with a lot more to offer to its fans. Unexampled characters and writing have crafted a world that shifts the stereotype of vampires to unrepentant, self-redeeming badasses who have taken over the land and live with a constant power struggle within the Coven. A new entry in the Legacy of Kain series titled Dead Sun was cancelled back in 2012, but with enough time, we may see the Legacy of Kain resurrected in this generation. Number 4. Divine Cybermancy. Part Deus Ex mixed with a lot of jaw-dropping insanity, I's entire experience revolves around the notion that everything you encounter can, and probably will, be hacked, including yourself. An indie title developed by a small team, Divine Cybermancy's basis is largely complex and vastly captivating, mixing first-person action with deeply implemented role-playing mechanics. Set sometime in the distant future, the dystopian cyberpunk shooter allows you to command a member of an elite team of cybernetic monks known only as I. After you awake, you discover your team members have been killed, and it's up to you to fight your way through the enemy's factions as you try to understand a plot filled with political and personal treachery, unknown and dangerous forces, and interplanetary contention. To help aid your mission, you're implanted with a number of cybernetic and psionic upgrades that make you more super than human. These enhancements can be allocated to do everything from help you run faster and jump higher to raise your Psi-Force levels and hack other people and machines more efficiently. I is often difficult to explain, and it isn't made easier with some of the loose translations during in-game text. But what is certain is that it will suck you into its world. It will suck you into its world, baby. You can opt to knock out the campaign with a friend online, or join in on the PvP mode while still using your personalized character. The concept for I might sound like a strange one, but we promise that if you pick it up and give it a chance, Divine Cybermancy won't be something you'll be able to easily put back down. Number 3. Spore. Spore was a game that didn't quite live up to the expectations developer Maxis, the company behind the widely acclaimed Sims series, asserted it would. But the concept for the Interstellar God game was amazing. The game has you, the creator, construct a microorganism, and from there, you give your creature the tools it needs to eat, mate, and ultimately survive. If it makes it out of the water and onto dry land, your species will evolve, allowing you to choose from a variety of appendages and features necessary for outlasting its environment. You explore the unknown world with your creatures, build a civilization, and with enough time and progression, your objective becomes to venture outside of your home planet in the hopes of spreading throughout the galaxy. While the full vision behind Spore may not have been fully realized, the magic was there, and it drew you into its larger-than-life cosmos as soon as you made it out of the water. Spore takes number 3 on our list of best concepts. Number 2. Fable. A year before the first Fable was released on original Xbox, lead designer Peter Molyneux promised a game like no other. Promises were made that sounded like every RPG fan's wet dream was going to come true. Like every choice you made had repercussions that were felt throughout the entirety of the role-playing blockbuster. If you cut down a tree, you could watch it grow back as time continued. If you hurt someone, they would remember it. And if you took your time while trying to finish a side mission, another hero could come in and complete it before you, thus gaining more positive status among the townspeople instead of you. When the actual game was put on store shelves, almost none of these things happened. Fable 2 and 3 continued the trend of promising bigger and better things, but come time for release, they too fell short. While they were all still good games respectively, in hindsight, Fable is a very appropriate name. Number 1. No Man's Sky. Coming in at number 1 is probably one of the most overhyped games, but most incredible concepts in recent memory. There were very few people who weren't excited about the possibilities that were bragged about over the course of No Man's Sky's development cycle, and the lead developer spouting his daydreams over numerous interviews and presentations didn't help cool down the build-up. It sounded almost too good to be true to think about the endless, diverse planets, each with their own ecosystem and climates, the epic space battles between warring parties that you could interfere in and take sides on, the seamless warping between two far points in the distant galaxy. All of it sounded like it was building towards something worth actually caring about. We soon found out it was too good to be true. The concept behind the space exploration simulator showed promise, and mixed with some well-edited footage, had a nation on their feet in anticipation. It was a game that was overcovered and under-executed, with only a fraction of the full game showcasing the unbelievable things that were promised. No Man's Sky objectively failed its fans by entertaining the thought of a game that let you do everything, then delivering a product in which you did a few repetitive things a lot. That's why No Man's Sky makes the top of this list on best concepts. And that's our list of games with inventive ideas that helped create some of the most unique experiences around. This is only our list, so if yours looks a little different, let us know in the comments. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you want to see more content, you know what to do with that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.